In New York City, it's easy to get lost in the lights, the famous faces, the epic facades. But don't forget, a lot of hard work goes into these looks. Every day, there are people behind the scenes in every industry bringing all the little pieces together. Food, fashion, entertainment. Like all those incredible hats you've seen on your favorite characters from your favorite shows. Yeah, like that.
Way to meet my friend Ann, a milliner for the most famous and fabulous on TV and Broadway. For those of you who don't know, a milliner is a person who makes hats, not just any hats. We're talking fashion hats, character hats, costume hats, the really creative stuff. So she's on her way to buy trim for a new line of character hats for the new upcoming mini-series on HBO, A Plot Against America. I asked her to meet me and take me to her favorite place to get lunch in the fashion district.
Beyond Sushi. Boasting 6 locations in Manhattan, finding one is never too hard. This particular location is at 37th and 7th. 11 years ago, Ann moved to New York City. Doing the reverse cross-country transfer, she decided if she was going to realize her dream in millinery, her home state of California wasn't going to cut it like New York City would. So now, whether it's buying materials, meeting a client, or rushing between fittings, this is her must-visit lunch on the go. This vegan sushi hotspot is so good, it had her addicted just after one visit. In fact, Ann's not vegan. She's not even vegetarian. The dishes here are so satisfying that she didn't even realize it was a vegan restaurant until 3 or 4 visits later. The seasonally changing menu features rice paper wraps, dumplings, soups, salads, and, well, sushi. They specialize in fresh, plant-based ingredients wrapped up in a familiar way. The sushi are rolled up in either black rice or 4-grain rice, highlighting the natural flavors of each vegetable in a couple of masterful ways. Many of the sushi rolls combine harmonious flavors with contrasting textures and bright, beautiful colors. Topped with creamy, tangy sauces, Beyond Sushi could turn any fish lover into a fan. We decided to go a little crazy and order the chili mushroom soup, the spicy shroom wrap, and like a million sushi. Honestly, this gorgeous food is hard not to get excited about.
Oh, yeah, no, it's chili mushroom soup. Yeah, okay. It's chili. Chili's the first word in the name. Mm-hmm. It's like
I've actually never had
strong.
soup here. I usually stick to the sushi and the dumplings.
Oh, well, that's good. You're trying new stuff.
Straight from first bite, Ann and I start to notice a trend. I'll say this, I like spicy food, and not so much. And if you like mushrooms as much as I do, I hope you like spicy.
Most places, I'm like, it's not that spicy. This one's really spicy. It's good though.
That one was really good. Not spicy.
This one's not spicy. It is very good.
Try the spicy
There's
one.
something pickled in here, which I like. All right, trying the spicy. It's an interesting little design on top.
Hi. It'll hit you. It's coming. I promise.
I think the soup is spicier.
Really?
It is happening though. It's arriving.
It's a slow one. Okay, last one I'm gonna try.
This is like a guessing game. Is it gonna be spicy or not?
That one's really good. My favorite one is actually the mushroom one.
Really?
Why? Because it's not spicy. One of the things that I like about these is there's actually distinct flavors between them.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Oh, I'm gonna edit that out.
Why?
Because I'm surprised. Okay, favorite mushroom.
Okay.
then yellow, then that one.
So more about millinery.
Okay.
I want to know more about millinery. It's a special, like, unique, kind of niche artistry and craft.
Think it always was. I think it was really prevalent. I mean, people would wear hats every day.
Yeah.
You know, and nowadays it's baseball hats.
Yeah.
And it's become a luxury item that people are like, that's how much it costs? So that's kind of unfortunate. But I mean, back in like its heyday, there was millinery studios all throughout the garment district. Everywhere. Catalogs. People would release every month of different hats and stuff. I mean, it was huge.
Wow.
Nowadays, for me, I've gotten more into doing it for like film, Broadway.
Yeah.
It's so much better because, you know, you just can't compete with the mass market. People just don't want to pay that for it anymore. For something that's handmade.
What made you fall in love with millinery?
I went to college for costume design. And when I first met my professor, I was like, I'm going to win an Academy Award. And he laughed at me. And I was like, no, really, I'm going to do that. And then I think he laughed again. And then I graduated from college. You know, I wasn't really an exceptional costume designer at all. And after I graduated and I started working at a fabric store because I couldn't get any work, I was like, there's got to be something else that I can do because I've always loved historical fashion. I've always loved accessories. I thought sewing for a while because my mom used to make me do it. And so I was like, no, I hate it.
Right.
So I was working at this fabric store, and in their bridal section, they had like these little like buckram frames and stuff. And one of the ladies there was like, you should just tinker with it one day. So I was like, all right. So, you know, we'd make stuff and we'd sell it to the customers. And then I was like, this is kind of interesting. What is this? And I started to research it, there just wasn't much out there. And I think the obscurity of it is what really piqued my interest. That's kind of how it started. But I knew I couldn't do it in California.
Oh, so that's what brought you here.
That's what
Because I met you when you came to New York.
That was my first job in New York City.
It was my first job in New York City.
I accepted that job while sitting on the floor of my mom's apartment in Sacramento, California.
Really?
And Candace
And you were like, oh God.
Candace called me and she's like, so can you start on Monday? And it was Saturday. And I was like, yes. And so I packed up my dog.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
In a weekend?
A weekend. And thankfully I had a friend who was living in Brooklyn and she let me crash on her couch.
That is good.
For like 3 months or so, but when I got out here, I was like, oh, it'll be fine. I'm from San Francisco. It'll be great. It was hard. These mushrooms are really good.
They're really good.
To them.
And they leave them really chunky. You know, they're not like skimped on. So millinery in New York is competitive.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Not many people do it.
Would you suggest people to do it?
I would suggest if it's your passion, then follow it wholeheartedly and do what you love. I would never deter somebody from doing something that they didn't love. And I will always make sure to pass on my knowledge to people that are curious and want to know.
How long have you been doing millinery in general?
Probably 10, 11, maybe even 12 years.
Wow.
I'd always wanted to have my own business.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe it's because
For fashion hats or for like TV and Broadway?
That's hard. I love doing both. I love theatrical and doing stuff for film more. There's nothing like seeing your stuff on TV.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, I touched that. There has to be a lot of organizing though, because some days, you know, like I'll miss out on a whole day of working because I gotta come here.
Oh.
Gather grosgrain and feathers and trims and have a meeting or do whatever. So then you get home and you're like, oh. Sometimes I'm like, I wish I had a place in Midtown, but I don't want the overhead.
Yeah.
It's too expensive.
That's not worth it.
And especially with the garment district changing so much, everybody's leaving. There's nobody left anymore. It's all, restaurants and hotels. Businesses that have been here for 50, 60 years, they're all gone. They've all left. Not all of them, but a big portion of them.
Do you find materials online, or do you still come here and go to like the stores to get?
There's certain materials that it's so much easier to be able to pick them out and see them in person. Like for instance, if I need to match a grosgrain on the inside of a hat to a felt, can't really tell those colors on the screen and stuff, so you need to come into the city and you pick them up. Or if there's something that's specialized, I don't know, it's like a quality control thing maybe.
Yeah. So there's still like a life of the fashion district.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like underground.
It's funny because I remember when I first came to New York and I walked through the garment district, it was all these little like weird clothing stores. And I'm like, this is it?
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that they were all up in the buildings.
Right.
And then as you start to learn it, and all of a sudden I'm going up in the buildings and there's these huge showrooms and shops in the buildings. And I'm like, this is so weird. I was used to like suburbia, where it was like, weren't this supposed to all look like Target?
So this wrap is called the spicy shroom. I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
You can't because there's cashew paste,
I think so.
something. Oh, it's spicy.
Oh, it is? Is it worse than the soup?
Whatever they have for their spiciness here is like potent but flavorful. So not too sweet, but it has a sweetness to it. The cashews you can taste later, but they add this really important crunch to it because there's a lot of, the mushrooms are kind of like squishy and the noodles, but the cashews are crunchy and good. I like it.
I'm really surprised you didn't order dumplings though, because the dumplings are one of my favorite things on the menu. The flour top dumpling. They have broccoli in them, but the sauce is like a mint sauce.
A mint
I
sauce?
think, if I remember correctly.
This is awesome.
Isn't it good?
Yeah, the mint sauce is great. I never would have thought to do mint sauce. It has like a meaty like feel, but it's clearly not meat. And there's crunchies. There's crunchies on here. There's panko crunchies. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love that one. Yes.
As Ann and I eventually part ways, she has deadlines to meet after all. I ask her what kind of legacy she'd like to leave on such a tight-knit and competitive field like millinery in New York.
There was a story about an old Broadway milliner. His name was Woody Shell. I never worked with him, but I've known people that did. He was kind of this like cranky curmudgeon apparently, but he would lock off his work studio space so that people that worked with him couldn't watch him work and learn the secret. And I think that's kind of like this really old school way of doing things. Whereas now I would, to keep the art alive, don't you want to pass on the knowledge, I think there's room for us all to succeed, I really do. And maybe somebody wants to take what I know and then do something even more amazing with it.
Join us on the next episode, where Emmy Award-winning animator Brett Hall faces the dreaded wheel of sauces at his favorite snack shop.